Heather Cox game one stats. Stanford just whipping them at the net.
Well, both teams very potent offensively. The difference was Stanford had so many more looks. Both teams hitting in the high 300s as a team, but Long Beach didn't pass well enough to run a good offense. Also, when you look at Walsh and Tom, they combined for 21 of their team's 32 kills. They hit 550 as a duo.
Logan Tom hit 500 in game one. Kerry Walsh hit 600. And Long Beach really needs to pick up and raise the level of its game. First point to the Beach.
And losing game one so quickly, I think, is devastating to the Beach. They needed a quick start. They needed to gain that confidence.
Set left side, Tom coming through. Sarah Sandrick is going to get the start in this one, wearing number 24, the sophomore from Pelham, Alabama.
And those three, as I mentioned, have been used interchangeably, whether it's Conrad, Sandrick, or Detmer. It's very seamless between the three of them.
Pass is going over the net, and the ball hit out of bounds. So Long Beach State will get the ball back. '49ers with a record of 31-3, 14-2 in the Big West. Over the net, and the lift call.
Those two losses in the Big West to eventual Big West champion University of the Pacific, defeated earlier in semifinal action #1 by the Nittany Lions, who ironically played both of these teams the last 2 years in the national championship match.
2-0 Beach. Kagawa back to Tom, and Tom rockets another one. Logan Tom with 15 kills, 3 blocks, and an ace. Well, hitting 500.
And Brian Gimolero told me this afternoon that the key would be how many mistakes the freshman Logan Tom makes. Well, so far I haven't seen her make many.
Grabovats pumps it through. Long Beach will substitute Taiba Hanif. Checking into the front line, Kirolf goes out. 2 serving 0. Must-win game for Long Beach?
I think so, definitely, for the confidence, because this is a very young Long Beach team. They lost 3 starters, and they didn't have any returners that were all-around players. Players like Walls and Barrett only played in the front row a year ago.
Yamasaki got the touch.
And what a turnaround Lindsay Yamasaki has made. Has been off and on all season, more on than off, but did not play well in the regional finals against Santa Barbara. Sarah Clark came in, took care of business for the Cardinal. It shows their depth.
Off speed, Grabovats. Walsh tries to pump it through, can't. Back set, here comes Hanif, and Hanif hit it out. Point Stanford. That makes it 3-1. Serving again is Sandrick. Grabovats got the arms of Walsh.
And credit Brandy Barrett. Stanford really attacking the outside hitter, making her pass a lot of balls. That time gets a good pass up to target.
Walls is back in the front line, so now it's Hanif and Grabovats there along with Walls. 3-1 Long Beach, game 2. Stanford won the first. Here comes Walsh, ball dug. Those are the kind of hits I think you have to dig when Walsh doesn't hit at full speed and you're in the right position. You got to come up with those.
Yeah, that time Cheryl Reaver read that perfectly, filled in the seam, the gap in the block. That's an easy pickup.
Walsh in jump serve posture.
See the concentration and focus.
Set left, here comes Hanif, and over the top and down. She might be the most improved player in the United States this year, Hanif.
Great movement, bringing her to the outside, having her hit that four-tack. You bring in the decoy in the middle, set her high outside. She can basically hit over everybody if the timing is right.
Pass is coming near the net. Hanif tries to jam it, she can't. Detmer sets left, Yamasaki. And a bad control by Long Beach. Nishimoto's not very tall. Remember, she's only 5'7". You have to get the ball in her setting range. 3-1 Long Beach. And that serve is out of bounds. Stanford seems a little flatter this game. They don't seem quite as charged up as they were in game 1.
And they're certainly not serving with the velocity and the accuracy that they did in game 1. They literally took the Beach out of its offense in the first half of the game.
Christy Kirolf in to serve. Good one. Scooping it up. Ball is dug. Chasing is Nishimoto, and she can't get there. Right over in the middle of the Penn State Nittany Lions, who are here scouting. Good hustle by Nishimoto.
And don't forget, she's playing with a pulled hip flexor. Watch her go after it. The key to these balls is the second player must follow. Kirolf gets a great touch, and Nishimoto is all go. The key to defense is go and then decide. She doesn't let up.
I think if I got a pulled flexor, I just let that one go. Bye-bye.
There's a good look at the Nittany Lions. A huge semifinal win over Pacific. Game 5, boy, that was just nip and tuck throughout.
Breathing a sigh of relief. They know they have to play one of these two teams, the two teams that defeated them in the last couple of years in the championship final. Barrett pounds one. Walsh with a dig. Tom pokes it up. 3-1 Long Beach. Long Beach trying to terminate. And the lift called. Sandra thought she had it. It's going to be a point for the Beach. Now 4-1. There's Long Beach getting a little momentum now. Long Beach certainly playing better than they did in game 1.
Better ball control, more fluid offense.
That's an ugly looking play, folks, but that's legal now in volleyball on first contact.
And once again, Stanford proving that it doesn't need to have the stellar ball control to still run a great offense when you've got outlets like Tom and Walsh.
4-1 Long Beach. Lindsay Kagawa serving. Weaver set a little higher than Weaver thought it was coming. Here comes Tom, and she puts it away. Tom turning line. 4-2. Logan Tom gets her 18th kill. That's an ace for Stanford. Lindsay Kagawa.
And boy, has Kagawa been steady throughout these first 2 games.
Kagawa, a good player. She's a junior now from Albany, California. Couple of aces. Set left. And a big hit. Nice shot by Brandy Barrett.
Serving for the 49ers, Brandy Barrett.
Honolulu, Hawaii, at the Stan Sheriff Center, the home of the Hawaii Rainbow Wahine. Stanford winning game 1 easily, a lot more easy than the 15-10 score would indicate. Ball popped up. Long Beach getting a little bit of a lead in game 2. Now Stanford's coming on again. 4-3 Long Beach. Into the middle, Weaver topping it down.
You know, that's a play by a player that has played a number of years. Her mom, Sheila, was her coach at Sidwell Friends High School in Washington, D.C., and she just plays like somebody that's been around the game all of her life.
5-3 Long Beach. And the ball hit into the bottom of the net. Didn't someone else go to that Sidwell Friends High School?
Actually, Paula and Candace McNamee. Paula, a great middle blocker at Stanford. Candace now a setter at Cal.
I was thinking about Chelsea Clinton. Didn't
Chelsea
she also
Clinton
go there?
as well.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Not the volleyball name I was going for.
Oh, yeah, her too. Here comes Logan Tom, taps it. Nice play by Barrett. Beach on the run. Here comes Kirolf. She whacks it. It's dug by Yamasaki. Out of the back line, ball blocked. Grabovats smartly played it up. Here comes Weaver on the run. Ball dug. Stanford sets left. Walsh over the top and down. You know, a lot of people talk about Walsh and Tom and how great Stanford is on offense, but you have to admire their defense too. They really scramble around.
They are a scrappy group, so well trained, and any of them can play on any area of the court. And again, that's what makes them so special. The chaotic plays look calm on Stanford's side of the net.
Another ace. Stanford starting to serve tougher again. The 5th ace for the card. And here goes Logan Tom. A lot of aces this year off that floater. Here comes Weaver. Another great dig. That was Logan Tom who got the dig. And the put away. Lindsay Yamasaki.
Yamasaki just playing so fluid and with so much confidence, takes a huge approach, gets her full swing, and just hits right over the beach block.
6-5 now as the ball is served out of bounds.
Back in for the 49ers, number 16, Taima Hani, for number 1, Kristen Kiro. Back to serve, Cheryl Weaver.
Weaver to serve. Grabovats scrambling his Walls. I like a player who can dig the ball out of the net, Heather. Walls certainly can do that.
Well, the one positive, if there's any positives that come out of having 2 shoulder surgeries, is the fact that Walsh's all-around game just grew tremendously in the time that she couldn't swing at the ball. This is just a free ball, and that's actually a lot harder than it looks for Anya. Coming over her weak shoulder, very hard to keep your eye on the ball.
Serve into the bottom of the net. Long Beach will get it back. This is game 2. Long Beach ahead 6-5. Veronica Walls back in the front line. So a good rotation for Long Beach in terms of scoring. Nishimoto will serve. Checking in first, though, is Ashley Ivy. And going out is Sandrick.
And this is a new substitution pattern for Dawn Shaw. Normally, more of a DS-type player coming in.
Over the top. Out of the back line. And a lift is called.
Veronica Walls, who had a slow start to the season. Her daughter, Jamison Lee, in the hospital early. She missed a few matches. Also fractured her finger, now playing her best volleyball.
Jumper out of bounds, and Long Beach gets it back. This is a game that Long Beach could win. Stanford's playing okay, but they're not playing at that extremely high level that makes it almost impossible to beat them.
Now serving for the Beach, Anya Grabovats.
Anya Grabovats will serve it. Nobody there. Little confusion. Left side, here comes Barrett, and Barrett hits it into the antenna.
Barrett really trying to capitalize, hit over Yamasaki, swinging line. That's certainly in the scouting report.
And here is Lindsay Yamasaki, freshman from Oregon City, Oregon.
Brian heating up a little bit, took off the blazer.
Walls punching it through. 6-5 Long Beach.
I think that's key. Get Veronica Walls as involved as you can. Over the last 12 matches, is averaging 3.5 kills per game. Way above her season average.
Carroll to serve it. Back set, Tom out of bounds. 49ers get a point, 7-5. And Carroll flies one long.
Passer goes out of bounds, side out Stanford.
Long Beach's defense in the second game much more successful, containing Stanford to just a 26% hitting percentage, whereas in game 1 hit 40% as a team.
Don Shaw's squad with no blocks so far this game. Here comes Walls, and Walls hit it out.
That ball's hit out of bounds by the 49ers. Point guard.
That makes it 7-6. Were you surprised that Don put in Sandrick for Conrad at the start of game 2?
You know, absolutely not. That's a substitution pattern that we've seen all season long. He really uses all 3 of those players interchangeably, and you don't lose anything with any of them.
Conrad had 4 kills, but she had 5 errors, hit negative 083, so Shaw making the move. Sandrick now in the front line. And she puts it away. So Sandrick gets her first kill. Interestingly, Sandrick, a substitute, she has the best hitting percentage on the team at .363 on the year.
Middle blockers normally need to hit in the mid to high 3s. Sandrick has been a very consistent hitter, doesn't make the mistakes, keeps that ball in play.
Weaver tries to tap it down. Gregory goes and gets it. Beach on the run, Weaver, no. So Weaver very effective early, and Stanford starting to get the blocking rhythm. Kagawa, when she's been back serving, Long Beach has given up 7 points. The Kagawa serving rotation has been great. Walsh stuffs Barrett.
Great service calls by the Stanford bench, really going after Grabovats and Barrett, making them carry such a heavy, heavy load.
So Stanford, after a slow start, Cardinal was down 4-1, but coming back to lead 8-7.
Enjoy hot new.
My final number 2 here in Honolulu. Stanford leading 1-0 and 8-7. The road to the America's Cup. America's Cup 2000 continues on ESPN Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. The top 3 ESPN Sailing World Rankings are out. Number 1 is America 1 from the United States. Number 2 is Prada Challenge from Italy. Number 3 is New York Yacht Club from the United States. This is the 4th of 5th of 5 shows dedicated to the round-robin tournament. The road to the America's Cup. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com. Stanford has edged ahead 8-7. Lindsay Kagawa has been doing the serving. Everybody's been doing the digging, and everybody else has been doing the hitting as Sandrick puts it away. 9-7 now. A 4-0 run for the Card.
And important for Long Beach to remember that Kerry Walsh can set the quick attack. Most teams think if the second setter is setting, it's going high outside.
Into the middle comes Barrett. Nice play there by Long Beach, running something a little bit different.
And that's something that Barrett can do. For 3 years, she trained as a middle blocker. And Brian Gimalero's goal in this match is to run attackers at different points of the net throughout to really keep that Stanford block guessing.
Weaver, after a fast start, is hitting just 160 now. So she's having trouble putting the ball down against a big 2-person block. Well, we know one thing about our first referee, Eric Asami. He must be a very good setter because some of the ball handling tonight he does not like.
He likes to see a pretty ball.
I think that's okay. You know, if you chuck it, you got to call it.
And he's consistent.
He has been. Pretty good pass by Tom. Into the middle. Ball is blocked. Weaver right on the play.
Great recognition. That time Grabovats recognized that Kagawa was setting out of the back. The only attacker she needed to worry about was Sandrick in the middle. There you see Grabovats step in, 2 blockers up.
Great reaction. They're both waiting on the ground. That's called read blocking. They both got up and got it. On the X play, Tom dug, and nobody can get there.
In that rotation defense, Kirov, who's played middle back, has got to stay on that end line. She was about 12 feet in that time.
I'll tell you what, the Long Beach defenders, they don't wait in the backcourt. They come flying up, arms are flailing, they're jabbing and digging and flying.
Makes deep corners wide open.
They get a lot of other balls up, though. As Tom digs it up, Stanford on the attack. Here comes Walsh. Kirov in, makes the dig. Shoots it right side, Weaver. Popped up by Yamasaki. Here she comes, off speed. Going to get it was Kirov. Nice play by Long Beach. Kagawa, back set. Long Beach gets it up. Nishimoto right side, and the put away for Cheryl Weaver. Big play for the Beach.
Side out, Long Beach game.
And that is vintage Long Beach volleyball. Great transition game, potent offense, and it all starts with the defense of Kristi Kirov.
Kirov got it up now. Taiba Hanif is back in the front line. Can she get a block? 9-9. Here comes Yamasaki off the net. Set middle. Another dig by Long Beach. Looking for a put away. Barrett, oh, too high.
You know, I'm impressed with these Stanford middle blockers. They are young. Both Conrad and Sandrick are sophomores, and they are not at all intimidated by the 6'6" body frame of Taiba Hanif, who can jump and touch 10-9. That's a huge block to go up against.
Ashley Ivy, the lefty to serve. 9-9, game 2. Hanif is blocked. Nishimoto paws it over. Here comes Yamasaki. Good up. And Grabovats smartly keeps it in play. Stanford on the attack. Back set, Detmer. Oh, what a dig by Nishimoto. They'll set me. Oh, and they're going to call double contact. So another ball handling error. This one goes to Long Beach. 10-9 Stanford.
Barrett needs to recognize who her attackers are and probably set an attacker rather than the setter in that situation again.
Or set the setter cleanly. Grabovats, ball blocked, and nobody there to cover.
And that will frustrate a coaching staff. The hit not roofed down. This ball comes down slow enough that it is playable, kind of ping-pongs off of Detmer's hands, and somebody on the beach needs to scoop that up.
Each team with 2 timeouts. Once again, Jim Malero does not like to take timeouts if he doesn't have to. Shoving it over is Nishimoto. Out of the back line, look out below, and Logan Tom puts a little Heather Cox heat on it and puts it away. Tom with 20 kills so far in 2 games.
Well, you can certainly see why Logan Tom is a first-team All-American Pac-10 Freshman of the Year. Don't be surprised if we hear tomorrow that she was announced as National Freshman of the Year. To me, it's a gimme. When you see the load that she carries for this team, a very veteran squad as a freshman, having the impact that she's had, hitting 50% on the night with 20 kills.
Stanford trailed early in this one, down 4-1, down 7-5, but coming back to lead. Stanford with 4 titles, 7 Pac-10 championships, a winning percentage of 91%, almost 93% in the Pac-10.
Just unheralded success. Amazing, going for their 5th national title in the 90s. I mean, Don Shaw and Stanford have set a new level for women's volleyball.
Remember, back in the 80s, Stanford was the program that couldn't win the big one. They were called chokers after the 1984 championship when they were up 13-8 and lost to UCLA. They got beaten a couple more finals, and they said, hey, Don Shaw can't win the big one. Well, he turned it all around in 1992 when his squad, led by Bev Oden, beat the greatest team of all time, the undefeated UCLA squad with Natalie Williams.
And ironically, Bev Oden, the only other player other than Kerry Walsh to be a 4-time first-team All-American.
Percentages favoring Stanford at the moment. Back set, Walsh out of the back line. It's 12-9 Stanford. Free ball. Nishimoto sets left. Grabovats. And a net violation. So the Beach gets the ball back. Long Beach needs a run. 49ers trailing 1-0.
Right now, I think Long Beach needs to put a little bit more pressure with the serve, really force Stanford to pass some tough balls.
Walsh, perfect pass. Ball popped up. You know, speaking of Walsh, do you think she can pass well enough when she's on the national team to play a receiving role?
I certainly do. I think she can be a primary passer, even at that opposite position. Have her in there to pass. She has got the ball control, the defense, the skills it takes to be an all-around international player.
12-9. Here comes Hanif. Over the top she goes. Dug up. Stanford, Detmer. Nishimoto back set. And Grabovats puts it away. Nice set. Again by Nishimoto.
Grabovats, an amazing story. Actually came to Long Beach to go to Brian Gimmelero's summer camps 4 years ago, and she tried out for the team at that time. She said, Brian, I want to come and play, can I? 2 days later, Brian offered her a scholarship.
Barrett over the top. Grabovats setting it up with a good serve. 12-10 now. Stanford still with a couple of timeouts remaining. Grabovats again. Big hit, nice dig. Looking for a point. Here comes Walls. Flutters it. Kagawa on the attack. Left side, Yamasaki. And Yamasaki has been very, very effective. 8 kills for her. She doesn't hit a high percentage, at least 253 on the year.
Not tonight, though. 50% on the evening.
Beach needs the side out, and Walls is stuck. She just doesn't seem like she's playing with very much confidence.
She doesn't have the energy, certainly not. This ball a little bit tight, but Walls has the experience and the maturity to do something with it other than just slam it right into the block of Yamasaki.
That was not a good idea. So Stanford gets point number 13. Game 2, the Cardinal ahead of dances. We can tell you that Stanford is ahead 1-0. We asked head coach Brian Gimmilero about losing his 3 seniors of a year ago. This is what he said.
You know, we lost 3 starters who started for 4 years. That's 12 years of experience lost. And it's remarkable that these players improved this much in that short a time. Given a couple more months, I think we could be just a great team. But I'm really impressed that the players got this good in that short a time.
Brian Gimmelero's team, historically, his teams always improve. He's a great trainer of young women to play volleyball.
He has got a great staff as well, and they do everything that it takes to make to work with the personnel that they have this year. So athletic, so physical, and it's working.
Barrett pokes it over. It's 13-10 Stanford. Stanford in control, and the Cardinal gets another point. Stanford just an overpowering group. First game point. Yamasaki. Walls coming around, dug up, and Walsh can't get there.
And that's exactly what they need. Long Beach needs to have a little bit more of an explosive offense. You know, so far the 49ers don't have a go-to player. Nobody's really emerged. Weaver has 10 kills, but she's hitting just 18%. On the flip side, Stanford has 2 go-to players in Walsh and Tom.
Christy Kiroff in to serve. Beach down by 4. Detmer fires it through.
Great to see Detmer healthy. Suffered through an ab pull in the middle of the Pac-10 season. Had to sit out a few weeks. Finally 100% healthy.
Detmer goes out. Jamie Gregory to serve. Barrett over the top. Walsh. Nobody can get there. Pretty good dig by Walsh. Boy, she touches a lot of balls. She's 6'2", but she's so quick.
Great reflexes. I think the most fluid player at 6'2" I've ever seen.
14-10. And off the hands, Tom gets the kill.
That's something you just don't see in your average freshman, the ability to paintbrush and tool a block when you're in a trap set situation like that.
Logan Tom's season and career high in kills is 26. She already has 22 tonight. And that's going to do it. Lindsay Kagawa doing most of the serving. When she was back there in the first couple of games, she served 10 points, and the Stanford band feeling it. Stanford leading Long Beach 2-0. We'll continue with more coverage of the NCAA semifinal number 2 after this.